Yeah, do not be broadcasting.
If we go live on Facebook. I don't know why it's offering me all these things suddenly.
Yeah, it's the new and improved, quote unquote, Zoom. So Laurel, were you down outside the White House yesterday?
I was, yes, I was.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was. I thankfully I have a very good graduate school friend who lives here, and I was kind of at home, and I didn't hear the news for like an hour, and then I started calling everybody, and I just wasn't feeling the momentum to go down there. But my friend Patricia called me and said, I'm picking you up in 15 minutes. Be outside. So I put my bucket drums in a bag, a whistle around my neck. And, by the time we were coming into DC, already cars honking. I'm sure you saw some of it on the news. And we just went to BLM Plaza with our bucket drums. And it was mostly, at the time we were there, it was mostly college students from the area.
Mm-hmm.
So like from GW and Georgetown. It was a pretty young, like 20-something crowd, but they had like huge speakers on, on dollies and music and flag. I mean, it was just nuts. So we literally like banged on our drums and sang Miley Cyrus at the top of our lungs and danced to go-go music. It was just for like
it
2
looked
hours.
Amazing. It looked so joyous and so amazing.
Yeah, it was nuts. I mean, I completely threw my little racism course out the window. I wonder if anybody in DC showed up to that yesterday. So we had a fun time. I'll text y'all a photo.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I saw your photos on Facebook. That was great.
Yeah, it was fun. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I went. And then we came home, like we were so jazzed up. We came home like music blasting in the car with, a lot of people. Was that happening in Portland as well?
There was some of that, yeah.
Like flags out their windows and and then I was like blowing the whistle. So we like drove all down, like in this little town that I live in, past all the restaurants where everybody was eating outside and blew our whistle and cheered.
Nice.
So it was.
There were fireworks in my neighborhood. That was.
Were there?
There were fireworks and I think a shooting in my neighborhood.
Oh no, Mary.
Yeah, I looked on. I heard the noises and I couldn't.
Does that mean somebody just shooting up in the air, or
I don't know?
At somebody?
I looked on next door, and they, there were a bunch of people that were like, "Hey, do you know what happened? And why there were so many cop cars?" And they said that someone had.
Oh no!
Someone had gotten shot on 33rd, and not terribly far from me.
Mm.
And then later, there was a little bit more, but it was more fireworks sounding. So
it's kind of scary.
Were there protests again last night? I haven't looked at any Portland news today.
I think so.
I don't know. I've been listening to broadcasts about how fucked we all are from just the trauma of living through all of this.
Yeah, PTSD is a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to meditate, and I'm learning that my whole process of hurry up and meditate is causing more trauma. I'm re-traumatizing myself.
Right. God damn it, you're getting it wrong again.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I will say the Secret Service were like bigger assholes, and I've seen them, I think, ever down at the White House. I think that they must have been, like, taken by surprise that it got called so quickly. So we arrived down just as the whole White House is like fenced off in that like industrial fencing that's like where you'd see a checkpoint, right? Like my friend who's worked in the West Bank said I think that's the same fencing they use in the West Bank with these checkpoints and stuff. But they were like really quickly bringing in like squad cars and Homeland Security and trying to block off the streets around the White House as people were just like flooding out into the streets. And the Secret Service were being, I don't know, just being assholes. I don't know how else to
I
describe it.
can't understand why
But
they
then
weren't prepared.
I know. And then I read that I didn't actually witness this because we were on the top side of the White House, not the side that the cars come in. But apparently Trump was golfing and they brought him back to the White House in a car rather than having a helicopter go and pick him up. Because we did see a lot of helicopters. There's always a lot of helicopters when there's protests and stuff. But they couldn't clear the traffic. And the news said they ended up using snow plows to clear the crowds. Trucks. I was like, what? It was like they were just, they felt like they were like completely unprepared for this to happen on this day. So they were just all like panicking.
But
I
guess
saw a photo of him entering some side gate of the White House that I thought, that looks so random. I can't imagine where the hell that is on the side of the White House.
I know it's a
really
big
odd.
campus, so you know there are a lot of entrances that
Like
you
he went
can't
into the
easily see
kitchen
from
or
the
something.
street. Yeah.
But I love that he would have seen it all, right? He would have seen all of
Oh
the,
yeah, and definitely. I mean, that's why I always bring my whistle because I'm like, I mean, you can hear that stuff.
Noise. Yeah.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
Then he went right back to golfing today, apparently, right?
Did he? I don't know.
There was. Did anybody see Saturday Night Live?
Dave Chappelle.
Oh my God! Yeah, there was some great commentary, but one of the funniest things they said was, you know, how drawing the analogies with other strong men, right? And going, yeah, and just like some others, you know, here's a fascist. Here's how it ends with a fascist in a bunker. You know, of course, he's in a sand bunker in the golf course.
Right.
That's some good humor.
That's funny. That's what my brother and I were texting to one another about, because my brother's a golfer, and he said something similar, like, God, I hope he spends his whole fucking golf trip today in the rough and in the sand trap. Fuck him.
Yeah, David Chappelle was awesome.
That was so refreshing. I love him. I mean, he makes me laugh so hard anyway, and he just pushes people's buttons, and it's great.
It's like, oh, did I trigger you?
What role was he playing?
Well, he was the host. Chappelle
Right.
was the
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like in his
I had
opening
forgotten.
monologue, he did that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. I had forgotten he spoke right after the election 4 years ago. I'd completely spaced that out, and how traumatized we all were then. And I thought it was really interesting they brought him back. That was pretty cool. Do you guys remember when he showed up in Portland at Pioneer Square just randomly? This was, God, quite a number of years ago. And he had like a teeny tiny little microphone and amplifier, and somehow, I don't know, somehow he told somebody what he was doing, and it just went out on social media, and he was flooded by all those people. Anybody remember that? I
Was
thought-
that when he was like he'd like disappeared from public life for a while, right?
That's right, and I
Yeah.
think he came out of that hiding in Portland.
Mm.
Yeah.
It was some.
He came here to get high, and he thought he'd walk around with a little speaker and a microphone and nobody'd notice.
Yeah. Hey, Laurel, I have a new addition for your female artists. If you haven't
Oh.
seen, can I share my screen real quick?
Sure.
I
Let's
thought
see if
that
it's somebody I haven't seen.
Oh, it's brand new. Check this out.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, neat.
that is so cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
Colors of Honey. Do you know the artist?
Yeah, it's the Instagram. It went all over social media, and
Okay.
initially she wasn't attributed. Her name is Harifa Abdul Hamid. I think she's a UX designer at IBM. But isn't
Mhm.
that stunning?
It
Yeah,
is.
just love
that's
it.
really cool. I
So I
love
bought
it.
it.
What are the cookies?
I know. What does Biden have in his hand?
So
They
there
look
was,
like onion rings.
no, they're not. It's a sweet, and there was some debate on Twitter whether it's
It's that Indian sweet, isn't it? That
like jabila.
Oh, where they put the fried dough into and then they soak it in like
so there was some debate whether it's a
rosemary and
North
sugar,
Indian, whether it's Anita would know this. I think it's either a North Indian sweet called jamilis, or it is a South Indian treat called Murukku. So there's some debate as to which is which, but people recognize it immediately.
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
But I love the plants. I love everything about this.
Yeah,
And
it's
when
gorgeous.
you go to the artist's Instagram account, Colors of Honey, There is a, I don't know if it's going to come across, like, do you see the moving?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
I love that.
I think it's called Uncle Joe and Auntie.
Nice.
Anyway, just thought
The
I'd share.
colors are brilliant.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I bought a print. I can't wait for it to come.
You did? Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can buy it. It's in her.
Oh,
bio.
nice. Oh, I love it.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I wonder who's going to do her portrait eventually, because I was so blown away by Michelle Obama's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Astrid. That's
Yeah.
neat.
Thought I'd make your day.
So how are
Oh.
you doing, Chris? You're kind of quiet.
I just came in from outside on a little project, so I'm kind of in between stages. We're trying to clean up some yard work.
Yeah.
Came back from a hike.
Yep.
But I'm fine.
Good. Are those still Halloween decorations behind you? What's that?
No.
No, on the other side. On the other
You mean
side.
that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or you just keep that up year round, perhaps?
Exactly. It's to remind us to eat.
Very skinny.
Did you all hear the bells ringing in Paris? That was good too.
No, oh,
No.
It's worth Googling. Yeah, apparently, apparently,
that'll make you cry.
yeah, it's beautiful actually. Yeah, some woman posted it originally on Facebook or whatever, and then you see it. It's like it's a big deal, right, for Paris to be ringing all the church bells.
And
Yeah.
Rosaline, what's the response been like in your neck of the woods?
Oh, it's been fantastic. People were like very excited, like so excited.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, you know, people are really nervous, and especially because in Oxford it's so international, and we got a lot of American academics and people working here. So a lot of tender hooks all week, and then a lot of excitement. But kind of because of the time difference, it kind of
You got
Yeah.
it right. Yeah.
we got it. I mean, we waited up the last. I mean, I went to bed last night because I was just so tired, and of course he gave his speech, but the previous nights, like we just kept missing kind of all the exciting moments. Although yesterday,
I
it
kept
was good that
missing the exciting moments too, because I was like hell bent on not, doing that refresh the media. So
yeah. Well,
I was like an hour late too.
yeah, we actually, yesterday was good. We were, because it was the afternoon for us when
Mhm.
Pennsylvania
Called.
finally
Yeah. Yeah.
called. So so my question to you all is like, because the news is obviously completely moved away from all the kind of counting and everything, but like counting's still going on, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
It'll be going on for a while. Yeah.
yeah, so like have new things been called? Because I actually think, I know it's not important to the outcome, but I think in terms of I know that it's going to matter obviously to the houses, to whatever senators are being voted in, but to the overall figures, have other places been called yet that might be significant?
I know
Georgia.
they're still recounting in Georgia. They think that's
Yeah,
going to take a while.
Yeah.
I'm not
And
sure
then
what
Nevada
else.
was never called either, right?
Nevada has, or Arizona.
Nevada
has it called.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I just hope it's good that it's it's just and like as Laurel knows, I was just getting fed up with kind of snarky old middle-aged white guys posting things on my husband's Facebook and stuff. And I thought, actually, do you know what? I'm really done with. Maybe it's just the last few weeks have been so intense. I feel like I'm done with politics and I'm done with all the kind of shit that's out there now. Just want to take a break from it.
You are
Yeah.
not.
I feel like I've heard you say that before.
When he finally is president in January, but for now, I almost feel like I want to detox
Yeah.
away from everything and just kind of come off everything and come off media and just like read trashy novels and like go for walks and just because I just feel like that's it now for the like for here too. Like it's just so awful with COVID and Brexit, we're moving towards another no Brexit deal, which is also great news that Biden's in, because Biden's, because he considers himself Irish American, and because he's got he's got really strong beliefs in the Good Friday Agreement. So, which is great. It means that he and Boris are with each other. So
Right.
great at last.
Did you
Great. I mean, it's so good that Trump is gone for so many other reasons, and mainly because this whole ridiculous Anglo-US trade deals they're now fucked completely. So we won't be getting any of your chlorinated chicken.
Did you hear Biden's comment to the BBC when they asked him, what was the question that they asked him? Something about, anyway, his response was just several words, and that was, "I'm Irish."
Yeah. It was the first thing. I'm Irish, yeah, which is great. No, I mean,
I thought that kind of just shut him down.
His family, his ancestors come from Ballina, County Mayo, which is where my mum's from. My mum's from near there, so we have kind of relatives in Ballina. So it's kind of exciting.
Probably.
It's very exciting.
It's always exciting when an American president can find their Irish roots.
Well, one of the things that we're keeping an eye on is Georgia, is the Senate runoff.
Right, there's going to be 2 runoffs, is that right?
Yeah.
Ossoff and the other guy?
It's actually super important to
Yeah.
not stop now, because you have to turn out the vote for the runoff vote. So we're writing postcards again, right? It's time, like get back into the game, writing postcards and texting and donating money.
That's good.
Yeah, so there's that, because that could potentially tip the Senate, right? And then that would make it.
It would make me so happy to see Georgia turn blue. I have such strange memories of living there as a child. Like, some of the happiest times of my life when I was really young, and then when I was a teenager, when we moved to Macon for 2 years because my dad was doing this liaison with the National Guard, and it was a nightmare. I've never been around so many racist, unpleasant people ever. It kind of scarred me.
Isn't Macon a university town, though?
It is. It is. There's a lot of old money there, and the class divisions are extreme. And the time that I was going, there were only 2 high schools. There was the public high school, which was Central High School, which was in downtown. And then there was one Catholic school that I went to for 1 year and hated it so much that I asked my parents if I could transfer to the public high school, which was a terrible mistake. To see it turn blue would make me feel so happy.
Something I find fascinating is that
still
these
lives there.
states that are flipping for different reasons, like in terms of the electorate. So apparently in Arizona, which is 11 electoral votes, it's all about the native vote. It's something like 80,000 members of the Navajo Nation vote in Arizona. 97% of them have voted for Biden. So
that's awesome.
The margin at the moment is like 46,000, right?
Right.
So it's the Native Americans doing it in Arizona. And then
I saw the map.
Right. And then it's fascinating. And then of course, Georgia, it's about the black vote. It's just,
it was interesting to me.
Nevada is like more of a rural urban thing, right? So it's really interesting, like how this plays out.
I was looking in detail at all of the counties on the Georgia map because I was really curious to see which counties were blue. And I, down by Columbus, that's where Fort Benning is. There's a bunch of blue down there, which did not surprise me at all. And then up towards the northeast, where there's college towns, there's another military base, Fort Stewart, and then of course Atlanta.
I thought I heard in Georgia that the presidential was also going to be swayed by the military vote, the absentee military vote. That was a significant number in Georgia.
Yeah,
like
Fort Benning is a huge military
1,000
base.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and most of the people that, I mean, I can't even imagine how many people are stationed overseas right now that are based in Fort Benning. Sure, my father could say right off the bat, but yeah, it's a very big military base.
Great.
Columbus is a weird town.
That's it, Mary. Drink your water.
Well, or
Are
whatever.
you sure it's water?
I don't know.
I did go off of my sober October, November last night.
Good for you.
I'm glad. Of course. You have
I'm
to.
back.
You're back?
I did have some champagne last night.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And did you
too.
celebrate with somebody, Laura, or did you just
My
do a
grad
solo
school
drinking?
my grad school girlfriend. So I went down with a friend to downtown and like banged on a drum and blew a whistle and danced and sang and stuff. And then I got home.
And then got plowed?
I then got home around maybe 7:30, and my grad
I
school
meant plowed by
girlfriend.
like a snow plow.
Yeah, we thankfully did not get plowed.
Literally.
But I went to school in public policy, so I have a bunch of policy wonk friends. Actually, one of whom lives in Portland, and so we get together a couple weeks or so, and we already had kind of a standing thing planned. So it was nice. So we all got together and we actually watched Biden's speech together on Zoom, which was funny. Like one of us just put it up on the screen and we all watched it on Zoom together.
That's great. Yeah.
It was fun. There was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 of us. So that was.
I like the music choices that they played. They were all artists that had been pissed off at Donald Trump for playing their music
Oh,
in his
really?
rallies. Yes.
I didn't realize that. I
It
only
seemed like
found
every
out
song.
everybody kept playing YMCA down at the White House yesterday, and I only found out from the news today that was Trump's walk-on song or walk-off song. I don't know. So people were like, "We're reclaiming the YMCA."
You sure it wasn't Macho Man he was playing?
I know. I was surprised. Like, maybe it is because of the licensing. Like, I mean, the Village People? Who's going to stop from using that song?
Yeah.
True.
Which Alec Baldwin played on Saturday Night Live in this really beautiful, slow, minor key ballad rendering.
Are you kidding? I missed that.
Oh,
He played what?
he played Macho Man.
Oh, he
but,
played Macho Man?
but super slow in this plaintive.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
I'm going to have to watch that Saturday Night Live
yeah, it's
ep-
worth watching just for
tonight.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, shall we get going?
Mm-hmm.